If Russia did take over Ukraine, would it give you any pause?
I don't have a problem with Russia. I really don't. I have a problem with Ukraine. They're corrupt. I think that people are just ridiculous that they think that Putin's such this enemy. He isn't doing anything. He just wants back what was his.
Hello again, friends. This is T-Pain USA, and welcome to the Really American T-Cast. Let's kick this thing off with a like and a subscribe and get this wagon train rolling. Back in the 1930s, there were folks here in America, just like this woman you heard, arguing, all Adolf Hitler wants is Czechoslovakia. Well, all Adolf Hitler wants is Austria. After all, it's his home country. And that's all he wants. And you know what slogan was on their lips the whole time? America first. Ain't it funny how hysteria repeats itself? And it's on the internet, folks. You can look it up. So let's see what else this lady's got to say.
But he invaded Ukraine, killing thousands of people.
That's fine. That's fine with me.
Chances are good this is somebody's mama, probably somebody's grandmama. T-Pain's going to be honest with you, folks. T knows these people. They're normally kind and decent folks that would give you the Trump mugshot t-shirt right off their backs. But get them started on politics and their eyes glaze over, and all of a sudden, it's invasion of the body snatchers. Now, some millennia ago, some fella figured out that people process politics with the same unquestioning part of the brain they use to consume religion as well as methamphetamines. Now, after all, if you believe 2 of every living creature could fit on a wooden boat, you'll just as easily believe Donald Trump weighs 239 pounds. Now, when asked about the death of millions of innocent civilians, women and children, this lady said, it's fine with me. Now, rest assured, if the neighbor's dog got into her backyard and chased one of her 17 cats up a tree, she's going to be on 911 screaming bloody murder. And this lady is also no doubt overcome with an overwhelming sense of justice when Ashley Babbitt was shot trying to break into our nation's capital to hang elected officials. But there's this other part of her. The MAGA part, the part that is perfectly fine with mass genocide. And T-Pain never says this lightly, but MAGA is a diagnosable mental disorder. But the good news, it's covered by Obamacare.
As a veteran yourself, does it concern you at all that Russian aggression could move even beyond Ukraine?
I don't think Putin's a problem. I think Zelensky's the problem.
Why do you think Putin's not the problem? He's the one that invaded Ukraine and has killed thousands of people.
Because Putin is trying to save his country from the likes of idiots like Zelensky and the elitists.
Well, I don't think Putin's a problem. Well, he's partly right, mainly about the I don't think part. Poor Putin. He was forced to invade a sovereign country to save his own. What a humanitarian. Maybe he'll get a Nobel Peace Prize. What do you think? Now, this fella says he had to save Russia from them elitists. Now, folks, there's no one in Russia more elite than Vladimir Putin. So who are these elitists and these globalists they're always talking about? Elitist and globalist are just 2 synonyms the far right uses to refer to Jewish folks. Now, why? Why would MAGA oppose Vladimir Zelensky? Now, let's think for a minute. Why would MAGA have a problem with the first Jewish president of Ukraine?
You know, this administration is trying to start a war with Russia. Russia's not our enemy.
Russia's not our enemy. And this also ain't a shirt I cut the sleeves out of. It's a vest, and I think it's very fetching.
Does Russian aggression concern you that they could? Why not?
Because I watched Tucker Carlson's interview. Putin don't really want to do anything. You know, I think that's old news. I don't really think that he wants to do anything.
Do you think that Russia has ill intent towards the United States?
I don't. No, I don't. After watching the interview with Tucker Carlson, I do not.
Sounds like old Tucky O. Rose is earning every ruble Putin's paying him, don't it? Now, did you folks hear that Vladimir Putin was disappointed that Tucker didn't ask any hard questions? And Tucker was puzzled to no end because he said he was hard all the time.
Putin came over here, I would probably join his forces and take out these rhinos that we have and the corrupt government.
America first! America first! Nothing says you love your country like pledging to fight alongside a foreign adversary as they invade it.
Well, just like Tucker Carlson said and President Trump said, that Putin is a genius, and he is a genius. He's playing the rest of the world chess where Biden is playing checkers.
Is it really genius, though, if Putin finds his troops overextended? I mean, they're already facing a lot more casualties than they thought.
Well, if you believe what you see and read all the time, you may be right or you may not be right. President or Putin could have put in his freshman forces out there versus his sophomore JV or varsity. So
and that would be a genius thing to do?
It's a genius thing for him, the way he's taking control as a leader of the rest of Europe.
For MAGA, denial just ain't a river in Egypt. Now pay close attention, because this is how the cult mentality works. Those they support can do nothing wrong, and those they oppose can do nothing right. You see, after Trump inherited his empire from his daddy, every new business venture he launched failed. Trump's the only guy alive that knows how to bankrupt a casino. Now, despite 30 years of abject failure and bankruptcy, just like Journey, MAGA won't stop believing that Trump is a genius. So if Trump's a genius and he backs Putin by the transitive property, Putin must be a genius too. Now, the funny thing is, these are the very same people you interact with on social media that insist you're the one that lacks critical thinking skills.
Tell me, what is the one thing that made your life better when he was president?
Well, everything that he did when he was president made my life better. The economy was great. Unemployment was low.
It's never been lower than it is right now, though.
Wow. Wait, do we get to edit this? Hang on a second. These are tough questions.
Here's a fun fact. In the last few months of Donald Trump's term, unemployment was over 10%. It's well under 4% now, probably the lowest it's been ever. Guess this lady didn't know there was going to be questions on the test. She wilted faster than a hydrangea in a hurricane.
I just don't feel the left has the family and children at the base of their concern. I really don't.
The left don't care about children and family? Just last week, the Republican Party in Alabama closed down every IVF clinic in their state. And when Democrats tried to pass a bill to open them back up, they voted that one down too. Now, you remember that lady that was fine with the wholesale death of innocent Ukrainians? These people ain't pro-life, and they ain't pro-family. They're only pro-power.
One thing that made your life better under President Trump?
I could pay my bills.
And you credit the president with that?
Absolutely. He ran the country like a business, like you should. You don't spend any more than you bring it in. I've owned 5 businesses in my life, and the man was a genius when it came to running the country.
You don't spend more than you bring in? Really? Trump raised the national debt by $8 trillion in just 4 years. More than any president in history. You know, come to think of it, that's exactly the way this genius runs all of his businesses.
And specifically, give me one policy that you love.
When I could actually go to the grocery store and have a little extra money left over to go out to dinner with my husband.
Whew, these people have got T-Pain going today. Now maybe, just maybe, you'd have some money left over if you didn't spend it all on MAGA hats and Trump t-shirts. These are the same folks that claim the Biden economy has stolen all their wealth, but they're the first ones to stand in line to buy $400 golden Trump sneakers. Now we can laugh at this, folks, but you know, deep down, it ain't funny. This is the kind of delusion that winds up getting people killed. Now, when Trump loses again in November and these folks somehow manage not to burn the country to the ground, they're going to need some serious mental health treatment. But truth be told, there's only one cure for MAGAism: cholesterol. So let T-Pain leave you with a little advice. Don't waste your time arguing with the MAGAs. It's like teaching a pig to sing. It's a waste of your time, and it just annoys a pig. And there ain't no amount of facts or reasoning that's going to change their minds, because in the end, they won't believe it even if they see it with their own eyes. They're just going to believe whatever Fox News tells them. So remember this. For MAGA, reality is a conspiracy theory. T-Pain out.